So, our cells are spherical in nature. And as thoughts, feelings, emotions kind of keep hitting at the cells, what happens is the cell, instead of being spherical over a period of time, it goes out of shape, it mutates, it becomes elliptical. And so when the doctor is looking at, your scans, etc., and you're seeing that the cells are out of shape, that is basically a sign that that part of your body is diseased. So diseases don't often occur overnight, at least the major ones. They don't occur overnight. They occur they build up over a period of time. So the more our like somebody talked about emotions, etc. So the more we
Yeah.
are stressed out, the more we are bitter, we are angry, we are resentful. And all of that information is bombarding our cells. And eventually the cells kind of start, giving up. Our immunity starts breaking down because the cells are not functioning at their optimal level. And so now your environment is not strong enough, your body is not strong enough to be able to handle that level of stress anymore, that level of toxicity of those emotions, those thoughts, those feelings that you're having. Bitterness, pain, resentment, all of this prevents the energy from flowing smoothly in the body. So when the energy does not flow very well, when the cells are not exactly in their optimal health, what's happening is now your body is weaker, which means your body's immune system is low. So even something very little can trigger that cold, that cough, or you can also have major stuff which has accrued over time, like cancer, like diabetes, and like fibromyalgia, etc. All of that. So yes, how we live, how we function, what kind of energy we be, how much unconsciousness we lock into our body is what determines where we are. The biggest unconsciousness that I think we lock into our bodies is the way we judge our body. Judgment
Ah,
is a very unconscious act. When
okay.
we judge something, we separate from it, right? It has to be outside of you to judge it. It is apart from you to judge it. So when you're judging your body, you're judging yourself, you are locking in a lot of unconsciousness. When you are going through belief systems, I'm not good enough, nobody loves me, and all those insecurities, jealousies, resentments, these are all acts of unconsciousness because you're functioning from a place of lack, when actually there is really nothing that is lacking. It's just I'm not willing to have it as my life right now for whatever reason. I may not have been taught how to, or for whatever reason. And so you are locking in all of those resentments, all of those judgments, all of that pain, all of that hurt. That's unkind, that's unconscious. You're locking in unconsciousness. And healing is always a side effect of consciousness. In fact, any problem is an accumulation of unconscious choices. And healing can only occur when you replace it with conscious choices. The Joyous Body Protocol is one of the very popular, very, very, very popular protocols offered by a modality called light key systems. And it is a protocol which uses the energies of high vibration keys or symbols. We call them keys.
Okay.
And they are very high vibrational keys. And when we bring in the energy of those keys into the body, those energies, those high vibration energies, basically start unlocking the unconsciousness in your body. So basically they unlock the consciousness in your body, like the everything that has been suppressed, all the consciousness that has been suppressed by the unconscious choices. Now we are beginning to unlock that consciousness in the body, and body gets a chance to change. Body gets a chance to strengthen itself. So the energies enable the body to strengthen itself. Now we have a chemical factory within our body. We've got trillions of cells. The body is very capable of basically kicking in its own healing system by manufacturing whatever the body requires to heal itself. Like, for example, when you get a cut, yes, you may put an antiseptic, ointment on it. You may dress the wound. You may clean it with the Dettol and all of that. But eventually, there's some mechanism in the body, right, which allows that wound to heal or that fracture to heal, or whatever has occurred for the body. So the body has its own intelligence to heal itself. But at times, because our immunity is compromised, because the body has become weak, the cells have become weak with all of these pressures and lifestyle choices and mental and emotional choices, that it isn't in a place to kick in its own healing system as effectively as it normally would be able to. So these keys basically are those high vibration keys which enable the body to unlock that consciousness to come forth. They enable the body to become strong. And when the body becomes strong, the own healing mechanism kicks in. And then your body can heal faster. So when I first learned the Joyous Body Protocol, it was a very big contribution personally to my life, because as some of you know, I have had a history of cancer, and which is what actually led me to the field of exploring alternate healing. And also, there were a few other things that I knew how to boost immunity, but those were all hands-on processes. Now, when the lockdown started, I couldn't have my friends over to run, those processes for me. And here was Joyous Body Protocol with divine timing available in my life, where, it is something that you can do for yourself. And my friends can also run it for me on a distance basis. So that was something that was wonderful, that I could have it run for myself from my friends, because sometimes I'm just so tired or I'm being so lazy that I don't want to do it on my own. Then I have my friends, I just message them, can you run this for me? And they run it on a distance basis. And I could contribute to so many clients during this time of COVID because it's a distance process. And in fact, we've helped a lot of COVID patients with this, and they have recovered far faster than many people we know. So these are symbols which we call the keys, but they are not just to treat a specific health issue. They are high vibration keys that contribute to the healing of the body, of life, of the being, when it is. So they are normally combined depending on what is the protocol. Some are combined with certain other frequencies. Some are used on their own. So depending on what it is creating, it'll be a different things. So the same symbol could be combined with another frequency in another protocol to create a different outcome. So Neela, I fondly call her Neela. She's officially known as Nirmala Raju. She is the person who had channeled light key healing systems. And she was given these first few keys. And in my universe, I was looking for some distant work. I was one of the first 33 people who trialed these keys to begin with, along with her.
Wow.
And we are known as the master batch. And when I used these symbols, it was a drawing practice, which is now part of a course. And I saw a lot of shifts within me, a lot of intensity that came up and changed. And then as we started using this, she started getting more and more downloads. So then there were frequencies, there were more keys, and then there were different steps in which you would combine some keys and some frequencies. So when you combine keys and frequencies in certain order, they become a protocol. I alone teach about 18 or 19 classes of light key systems. And I myself have attended practically every class that Neela has taught. So I have used different kinds of things for different things. So the same key can be used for different things, but in a different way to create a different outcome.
Okay.
This is a certification course. And you, of course, you have to do the class, and there's a little quiz, which is a open book quiz. You've got to do that, and then you get a certification, just so that we know that you know what you're doing. And you get a certification, and you can definitely use it for your friends, family. You can also use it for clients. And even if you've never done any energy work, you can still do this, because it's not you and I who are literally doing the healing. We are bringing in the energies of these high vibration keys, and the energies are conscious, and they are doing the work that is required. And mind you, this can be done even by a 10-year-old if they would like to. So it's very simple. That's what I really love about it. It's simple. So definitely it will contribute to a person going through cancer, because it will first of all boost the immunity. And when the immunity gets boosted, all the other healing mechanisms also start kicking in. However, let me say one thing. Healing is eventually always a choice. If somebody is not interested in choosing to heal, and they are very vested in the drama or the trauma, or the illness is serving them in some way, and mind you, it does serve people in some way very often, or there may be reasons even they are not aware what is that unconscious choice they have made that has created this, then healing may not occur. Okay, the healing in the sense that you and I would like to see it, where you're completely disease free. Cancer is very often, and I'm talking about this from very personal experience, cancer is very often a representation of us wanting to get out of our life for whatever reason. And so you create a terminal disease. So, and yet it can turn around like I did. I was fourth stage cancer, no hope situation last year. Okay, Jan last year. May, June, I had no idea whether I'll be alive the next month. And yet, by August, I was declared cancer free. I had no activity in my body. Okay, so it's a
That's
choice.
always amazing.
It's a choice. And I chose, and I used all of this, whatever work I do, whatever I teach, I have used all of this myself. I did have multiple surgeries, and I had my uterus, ovaries, spleen, gallbladder, appendix removed, part of the liver scraped. So I had a massive surgery, but
My
I was
goodness.
using all of this, and I recovered very quickly. I don't teach anything that I myself have not used and I cannot vouch for. But yet, I will remind you, healing is a choice. But yet, I have
Oh, that
seen a
helps
lot
too.
of ease created. Like even if the person is suffering from cancer, I have seen a lot of ease getting created in their body. You know, ease with that pain, ease with that discomfort, ease with the chemotherapy. I have seen that occur. You know, there's so many other things that are going on. There's so much aches and pains in the body because of the chemotherapy.
Yeah.
And I really got a lot of relief from this and a couple of other protocols of Reiki to create more ease in my body. And the side effects, the pain, all of that has changed. Energy levels have gone up. So you can see that I glow. I don't look sick at all. And khati piti ghar ki lagti hu. You know, so all of that. So, so you know, there's that sense of lots of ease, lots and lots of ease, and it's so wonderful not to have colds and coughs and fevers, and you know, just that general sense of ease is such a gift to have. Disease is not something that you resist and you fight. Disease is something which is basically in your life, as a wake up call. Receive it, don't fight it. Because the more you resist something, the more you solidify it. So receive it. It's here to contribute to you in some way. It's here to show you your unconscious choices that you have been making. That's all it is. It's a wake up call.
So I have a question from Shekhar, Smriti.
Mhm, mhm.
He's asking, how can this Joyous Body Protocol, work when in the context of kids who have disabilities or kids who are going through ADHD, dyslexia, dysgraphia?
While, like I said, Joyce Body Protocol is not necessarily for a specific outcome, but the energies, what we have seen, create a lot of calm. And like, for example, in the Joyous Body Protocol class,
Hmm.
you do learn Joyous Body Protocol, which is the chunk of the class.
Hmm.
But there are also three other things that are taught as additional tools. So there
Okay.
is one tool that is taught to transmute any density, any dense energies, like you're feeling anxious, you're feeling stressful, it kind of transmutes it.
Mhm.
There's another version of that same command where you can transmute virus, bacteria, parasites from your system. So it's been very useful in COVID times. And it's very useful when you have any kind of inflammation, infections. Okay.
Hmm.
And there's also one more experience, a light key experience, where you can actually bring in a lot of calm. So, when you're using the energies, whether you use it as the Joyous Body Protocol or when you use any of those alternate, those additional tools that have been given in the class, they will contribute to bring a sense of ease and calm.
Hmm.
That's something I could say. Because again, you've got to understand the nature of children who are labeled as ADD, ADHD. They are very often they are geniuses and they just function at another level altogether.
That's true.
And it's not a disability. Okay, it's not a disability. They're
Yeah.
just different. They
Yeah.
function at a different pace. They require information in a different way. Okay. And so it can actually be used to their advantage. But however, you can bring in ease and calm in their life. There are other benefits also you get from a Joyous Protocol. Okay. Like, for example, it expands your awareness.
Okay.
It also enables you to express yourself better. So, in case your situation that you are facing mentally or emotionally, whatever it is that you're going through, or the depression, if it is because of a lack of self expression, for example, then this contributes to you being able to express yourself better.
Hmm.
Now, if that kind of indirectly contributes to that, yes. There's also, it also contributes to having better relationships. So, if that is the reason why you are depressed, it could indirectly contribute to that for sure. So, how does it get conducted? Okay, so we, if we, whether we are doing it for ourselves or whether we're doing it for somebody, we decide, we check in with our body, whether the body wants to sit and receive it, whether the body wants to lie down and receive it. Let's say I'm doing it for you. I will just ask you to close your eyes and just lie down or sit, and I will work with the keys on various locations of your body. And after a few minutes, which is about 15-20 minutes, I will tell you you're done. And normally, we highly recommend that you do it for 11 days, because 11 days constitutes a course, and it kind of strengthens your body. Your body requires a little time, right, to strengthen itself. And so there are clients who just come in for one session. There are some clients who'll take in multiple sessions. Some clients who take in full 11 days course. And everybody has different experiences with the body. So it's actually very simple to do. Some of the things that show up are awarenesses, as in, like, for example, when I started getting this protocol run on myself and I was running it for myself, I got this awareness that I am really unkind to my body, and I need to do certain things for my body which I've never bothered to do, like rest it more, pamper it a little more. So I got that. Sometimes when we are running it on a particular point, the person may get that awareness of how they need to speak up, or they may get an awareness of certain changes that they need to make in lifestyles. These are the few kinds of awarenesses that have shown up while the protocol is on.
And as I have learned the JBP process from Smriti, and I have actually used it for few of my clients. And as Smriti mentioned, even for COVID patients who have been through the recovery, and JBP has helped tremendously. Then there has been a case of a client who was going through postpartum, and postpartum blues and few relationship issues as well. And after
Hmm.
11 days session, there was a lot of ease and opening up in her own environment, where she said, she could meet the right people, she could talk to the right people who could help her out. And that's how JBP helps. I have used it on my mom. She's a chronic kidney patient. With her, I did take advice from Smriti, and she asked me to run the process 33 times, on that particular area. And she had issues with blood pressure fluctuation because she's a chronic kidney patient and on dialysis. And surprisingly, within that 11 days, there was normalizing of her blood pressure. So we had to put her off the medication.
Wow.
This was, yeah, this was amazing. So that's
And
what
her
I
creatinine levels also got,
creatinine level also fell down. That was about from 13, it came down to almost 7.
wow, 3 hours of time that you invest in learning it, you
Hmm.
have a skill for your entire life. It's middle of the night, let's say 1 a.m., 2 a.m., you are having a situation. You can help yourself. You can help your family members. Okay. Okay. So how you keep all kinds of medicines in the cabinet, your medicine
That's
cabinet,
true. Yeah.
right? You'll keep some homeopathy, keep some allopathy. If you're a Bach flower practitioner, you'll keep some, if you have some information about that, you'll keep some of that. So you'll
Hmm.
keep all kinds of things, right? So this is like having one tool in your medical cabinet.